Hey everybody! Yesterday I was working on a frequently asked questions sheet for myself and my business that I wanted to share with you guys. Let's get started, shall we? What is digital marketing? There's a lot of frustrations as far as people coming into digital marketing and trying to understand what it is. Is it an MLM? Why does it have scammy vibes? Why am I skeptical of this? What are these $500 courses? What's going on? Okay, so digital marketing is not any sort of thing that has to do with creating digital products. So like digital products are separate from digital marketing. Digital marketing is the act of implementing strategies to promote those digital products, and the digital products don't have to be courses. The digital products could be you're promoting planners, workbooks, ebooks, guides, template bundles, so many things, like so many things that you can buy digitally. Okay, think like a Kindle library, think like, you know, Etsy printables. But digital marketing is just actually promoting those things. Now, the reason why a lot of people are selling these courses, they have resale rights. There is a big thing right now that has to do with done for you products. Makes this process doable extremely soon. So you can make your own digital products, which is not as hard as people think it is, but that does take time. Whether it takes you a week to maybe put a guide together, a couple days, or if you're putting together a book or your own course or something like that, that can take several months, because you want to take your time in your craft and make sure that you're building something for your business reputation that looks presentable and is grammarly correct and formatted correctly and all of that good stuff. So making your own digital products is doable. It's not necessarily hard, it just takes time. So while you're in that process, a lot of people go and they'll buy these done for you products or these courses you can resell so they can immediately get started. Bless you, Simba, and start marketing and start turning a profit until they're ready to launch their own product. So the courses are very popular because they teach you how to market, and that skill is utilized for everything. You know, whether you want to sell your own digital products that you make, whether you want to start a small business, whether you want to sell physical products, you have to know how to market. And can you go on YouTube Academy, you know, and go on TikTok, Instagram, and find free information about how to market and how to do this, and TikTok algorithm, Instagram Reels? Yes, you can do that. You do not have to buy a course. You do not have to spend a whole crap ton of money. You don't have to pay for and have a coach. But having a course or having a great mentor or having a good bundle of guides is the difference between, and I'm giving this credit to Ange, to Bree, she gave me this analogy and it's amazing. It's the difference between you're going to a destination that you've never been to and whether or not you have a GPS or not to help you navigate through that. You're finding this information here and this information here and this over here and this over here. It's not organized or structured, and that's why there's so many people going into this and they're just confused because they have no direction in the knowledge they're getting and going with. Next question is just, do I have to buy a course or a guide? Again, not to fully repeat myself, no, you do not have to. But it can be helpful and it can prevent that information overload process. If you absolutely are in a spot where you just cannot spend money on like a high ticket course, you know, are you able to pay for a small mentorship with somebody you trust, somebody that you have had conversation with for a couple days, maybe a couple weeks, that you feel good about, and you're not just rushing into it because they sold you? Like, you need to trust them. Are you able to buy a reputable guide instead of a course, which is a lower ticket item? And a lot of times those are under $100, those are under $50. Like, there are good deals that you can find with that, and those can also give you good information. And you attach that, a guide, to a good mentor, you may not ever need to buy a $500 course. I have never purchased UBC, Roadmap, Profits to Passion, or some, whatever that's called. What I'm doing is working with low ticket items, and if I don't need to spend that money to learn how to do things I know how to do already, I'm not going to do that. So the next question is, do I have to teach others how to sell a course? Not at all. So like, you don't have to be in the help people make money niche. It is a really good market, but my best advice for something like that, if you haven't narrowed down what you want to do, don't choose to do something solely or mostly because it's making people money, because you're going to get bored of it. You're going to feel more inconvenienced. It's not something you're passionate about, and you're not going to have the right mindset with it, and it's going to show. You might be able to fake it for a little bit, like, oh, I really want this money, I'm really going to do this because people are making this, this, and this. But at some point, your lack of passion and your lack of belief in what you're teaching to people is going to show. And that's why I just advise people don't do that. So if you're not wanting to teach people to sell a course or how to make money online or whatever, I really recommend going into a niche of something you're passionate about. You know, if I wasn't in this, for example, like the women empowerment stuff, I'm super into that because I've been through a lot of really hard things in my life and I can relate to that. You know, I would think about maybe some things that I've been through that I could help other people with. You know, I can help families that I've been through having like preemies, micro preemies. I lost my daughter last year, so bereaved families. Mental health is a big thing for me. That's something I'm really passionate about. Domestic violence is something that I'm really passionate about, and helping women overcome things like that and get out of situations like that. Like, what are you passionate about? It could be gardening. It could be parenting, positive parenting. It could be, there's so many things, guys. And if you really just feel stuck on what you want to do, one thing I always recommend people is to go through your personal Facebook account, TikTok, Instagram, scroll through your feed and see what is coming up the most for you. Is it comedy? Is it inspirational things? Like, what are you seeing being talked about? And that's your algorithm. Those are things that you have liked and engaged with and interacted with. You don't have to get into this and sell people courses. It's a great market, but there are ways you can build a business and monetize things and make income without doing that. Another commonly asked question, when do you start to see profits? So I personally made my first sale in 2 days. Again, I did not purchase UBC. I did not purchase a high ticket course. Although I am considering if I want to do that just to be able to resell it if I don't make my own. I personally, in about 2 weeks, I've made 14 sales. I've made a couple since then, but it's been like 2.5 weeks now. The only thing I purchased was an 11 guide bundle that taught me, and I've had some background on this previously, and this is why I do mentoring and coaching and things like that, but it taught me a lot about Instagram and its algorithm, Reels, because Reels on Instagram are very essential. It taught me how to connect with people and actually sell people when I'm having conversation. I also learned about Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, and I got that material and I sat with it for 3 to 4 days and I absorbed all of it. I read every single thing in there. I took notes, had a notebook, and I learned everything before I touched anything else, before I made a social media page, before I started engaging with people and commenting on things. I absorbed all of that to truly understand it inside and out before I'm trying to sell it to other people. And I'm telling you all of that just so that you know it can be possible without you having to buy a larger course. The thing is, as far as people asking, when did you start to see a profit? Everybody's journey is different. There are a lot of variables in when you can start seeing profit or how long it may or may not take you. You know, the biggest thing is, what is your mindset? Do you have confidence in what you're selling? Do you have confidence in what you're presenting and how you're waking up every day? And even if you had 3 crappy days and nothing happened, you made no sales, you had no connections, are you still waking up hungry and still like waking up like, I'm going to get sales today, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and like none of that matter because today is going to be different. If you're not doing that, that has to change. That is powerful, and that is going to absolutely lead you to success. I promise. What are you able to commit? You know, a lot of people that I've talked to have full-time jobs. They have kids. You know, my kids are a little bit older. They're school age, but you know, summer is coming. You know, when they go to bed, or if you get up early in the morning, or you know, you have a time designated, how much time can you commit to this? To learn in the beginning, to sit and write down your keywords, to sit and batch content for a week so you don't have to mess with it the rest of the week. Like, what time commitment can you stick to? What are you willing to invest in your knowledge? Are you going to try to go and get free tidbits of things and not try to lock in like having a mentor or a coach? Are you going to go ahead and invest in some type of course or some type of guide? Like, what are you allowing yourself to invest to really make this work. But yeah, there's so many variables. You know, I can sit here and tell people all day, go buy this 11 guide bundle and you'll make your first sale in 2 days, but that would be lying. You could make your first sale in less than 24 hours. But you maybe won't make a sale for 2 weeks to a month, or maybe you'll never make a sale because I'm not in your head. I don't know what your mindset is. I don't know how committed you are to this, how invested you are in this. Does this have to work? Or is this, oh, I saw a post, somebody made $17,000 and I want to do that really bad, but if it's inconvenient, I'm throwing it out the window. Like, there's variables to it. Another commonly asked question is this a passive income? In the beginning of this, no, absolutely not. Passive income means that you're not doing any work, or you do something one time and you're still making money off of it, okay? If, let's say, for example, I set up a social media account and I made one post and it went viral and it never stopped going viral and people continuously kept going to my site and making purchases because of that one video, that would be a passive income. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that, because when you're doing digital marketing, whether you're selling a course or in a niche, you have to be consistent. You have to be posting every day. Now, you can automate things later down the road. You can use a scheduler. You can use things like ChatGPT. But there are things you do have to put in work for consistently, like checking your analytics, updating your keywords and seeing what people are searching for, engaging and building connections with people. Those are all huge parts of getting sales. And there's not a way to automate like connecting with people and having conversations, or being active in communities where your target audience is. There are ways that down the road you can automate the business and your content, and things that are harder in the beginning that you have to spend more time on in the beginning, you can end up automating those and having a system that works for you to be easier. But in my opinion, I don't consider this a passive income. It can be easier than a 9-to-5. Like, me personally, since I've been doing this for a few weeks, like, there are so many things that have been convenient, and I'm not making thousands of dollars a month yet. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and tell you I am. Is that the goal? Absolutely. You know, I want this to be my job. I want this business to be my ticket to, I want to buy this house and I'm going to do it in cash. You know what I mean? And it's not that I want that to become real. It is going to become real. It does get easier as you move along and you get the ball rolling and kind of get your own system and flow going, and you can schedule things, and you've got a schedule and you know what works for you. But even in the beginning, when you're putting in more work, like the freedom of just being able to set something to the side because my son needs me, you know, my kids are having a hard day, my son gets off the bus and wants to kick a soccer ball in the yard. Like, I don't have to be tied to an employer or somebody that wants to make me feel guilty for having quality of life or needing to be present as a parent. You know what I mean? Like, that is outside of earning an income to live comfortably and having something of my own that I'm proud of. It's that freedom in itself that I just don't want to be tied to anymore. So, but how do I sell without any sales proof or street cred is another question. Like I said, mindset. Mindset is everything, okay? What is your mindset when you're talking to people? Are you scared? Are you scaring yourself out of making your own sales? And trial and error. I'm not perfect. I don't have a perfect conversation with people. I sent like a free video about sales to people to get some testimonials on it, and 9 out of the 10 people were like, oh my god, this is amazing, you're so genuine, I love hearing you talk, I want to be your best friend online. And there was one person that was like, I don't understand who this video is for. And they gave me feedback that made me like insecure for a minute. Like, did I do something wrong on this video? But it's just realizing that, like, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And it's the same way with just life, like personal life. You're not going to be for everybody. You could be like an amazing, amazing mentor, but you may not be a good fit for some people, and that's just what it is. But have that confidence anyways. And then going back to, you know, what are you able to invest in or put time in to gain knowledge about marketing before you start trying to sell? Finding a mentor or a good coach, you know, go into groups and just kind of be a lurker and look around and see who's commenting and who's doing it in a spammy way, but who's genuinely giving value and seems to be really in connection with how their people are doing and if they're succeeding, okay? Utilize as many freebies as possible, especially if you go into like digital marketing groups and stuff. People are giving away freebies all the time because they want to grow their email list. They want to get sales. They're using that email campaigns, okay? And to do that, they're going to be giving out freebies. So if you see a freebie, jump on it. Make a separate email account and get freebies. Download it. And then the other biggest tip I have is just in the beginning when you're trying to sell without giving away everything in my sales video is to use what you've learned from any free research that you've done as far as growing on social media, or, you know, when you do get your first sale, oh, I did this, and this, and got my first sale in X amount of time, or I grew to blank followers in this amount of time. Use credibility like that before you have sales or income to show, and offer free things to people to get testimonials. How do I sell in conversations as a beginner? We've already kind of talked about that. Connection is huge. You guys that will get to know me and stick around and maybe let me mentor and coach you, like, huge on connection. Do I need a decent following before I can sell? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I made my first sale under 50 followers. I think I already said that. Again, I've made over the 500 mark in less than 2 weeks, under 200 followers on TikTok and Instagram. It's about attracting the right type of people to you. It's not about the whole world seeing you. You could have great visibility in a video that goes viral, but if you're not using your keywords right, if your hooks aren't right, if you have no call to action, if your content isn't connecting the way it should, if it's not connecting the right way with the right people, that video going viral is gonna do nothing for you. You're not even gonna see a bunch of sales because it's not doing what it needs to do. But if you make a video and you're doing all the strategies right, and those 150 people that did connect with you are in your messages, and you can start those conversations and you can get those leads and get them on your email list and make something, right? I'll preach all day long. You could have 1,000 followers, 100 followers, and make more money than people that have tens of thousands of followers. It's about the quality of your audience, not how many people are there. Last commonly asked question is, how do I even start the process? So you're here, you're interested. What do I do? Okay. So you want to answer the following questions for yourself. And we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier. What is your budget? I want you to ask your gut how your gut feels about if you were to go work with that mentor, if you were to go buy their product. How are you really feeling about it? Are you doing it out of a place of desperation and wanting it to help you, or do you actually believe it will help you, can help you, and trust where it's coming from? I do believe that when you get into something like this, you have to somehow, somewhat invest in yourself. You can start off with a negative bank account or having no money to invest in something, but it will make your life so much easier when you can go and purchase a guide or find a mentor. It's harder to find things cheaper out there, but it is possible to do, okay? Starting the process. What is your niche going to be? Are you going to be trying to sell courses and doing it that way? Or would you be passionate about that? Or do you want to pick a different niche in something else and sell different types of digital products? Third question to ask yourself, what knowledge do you already have? What platforms are you already on personally and know a lot about? Do you know a lot about Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook? And then allow yourself time to go through and learn about other platforms that maybe you have some sales background, maybe you have some graphic design background, business background. What do you already know that you can apply to this journey for yourself? So from there, once you ask yourself, those types of questions, you just need to look around, be observant, okay? Absorb things. Talk to a couple different people that are doing this and seem to be doing successful, or that you connect with, or that you trust, and really lock in who you want to help you through this journey, okay? Not the person that sells you the best, not the person that promises you $20,000 in your first 3 weeks, okay? Who does your gut trust? And then once you find that person, and if it's not me, that's okay, because I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. But when you find that person, go have a conversation with them. Hey, I'm stuck here. How do I begin? Where do I go? Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys throughout the week.